If you're a student or just starting your career and you feel completely lost when people talk about bulls, bears, and dividends in the stock market, you're not alone. In fact, 73% of young adults avoid investing simply because they don't understand the basic terminology. While your friends are already building wealth through smart investments, you're stuck on the sidelines feeling financially illiterate and watching inflation eat away at your savings account. But here's the thing, I've cracked the code on the 15 most essential stock market terms that every beginner needs to know. And once you understand these, you'll finally be able to start your investing journey with confidence. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to break down these terms in the simplest way possible, using real examples that actually relate to your life as a student or young professional. But first, let me tell you why learning this could literally change your financial future. Why stock market terms matter. Most 20-somethings think they can just figure out investing later, but this mindset is costing them thousands of dollars every single year they delay. The compound interest they're missing out on during their 20s could be worth over $100,000 by retirement. But how exactly does understanding basic terminology help you capture this wealth? Well, to explain this, I first need to share a story about two college roommates. Meet Sarah and Mike, both 22-year-old college students with part-time jobs earning $500 a month. Sarah spent 2 hours learning basic stock market terms and started investing $100 monthly in index funds. But Mike thought investing was too complicated and kept his money in a savings account earning 0.5% interest. Therefore, Sarah understood concepts like compound interest and expense ratios, while Mike remained financially illiterate. Fast forward 10 years, Sarah's investments grew to over $18,000, while Mike's savings account had only $12,600. The difference? Sarah understood the language of money, which gave her the confidence to start investing early. This is why understanding stock market terminology isn't just about sounding smart, it's about unlocking your ability to build wealth. When you know what terms like P/E ratio or market cap mean, you can make informed investment decisions instead of gambling with your future. And that's exactly what we're going to learn today. Here's what's crazy. Most investing apps and financial advisors assume you already know what a stock actually is, which leaves beginners more confused than when they started. But once you understand these three foundation concepts, everything else will click into place. Let me break down the building blocks. Imagine you and 3 friends decide to start a pizza business together. You each contribute $1,000, so the total business is worth $4,000. But you want to raise more money to expand, so you decide to sell pieces of ownership to other people. Therefore, you create 1,000 shares of your pizza company and sell them for $4 each. Congratulations! You just created a stock. Each share represents a tiny piece of ownership in your pizza business. Stock, equity. Ownership in a company, like owning a slice of that pizza business. Shares, the individual units of ownership you can buy. Market cap, the total value of all shares combined. If your pizza company has 1,000 shares worth $4 each, the market cap is $4,000. This is literally how Apple, Tesla, and every public company works, just on a much bigger scale. Most young investors have no clue there are actually 2 different ways to make money from stocks, which means they're missing out on potential income streams that could pay for their coffee addiction or even their rent. But understanding these 2 wealth-building mechanisms could completely change how you think about investing. Let's go back to our pizza company example. After 1 successful year, you've made $2,000 in profit. Now you have 2 choices. Reinvest all the money back into the business to grow faster, or share some profit with the people who own shares. But what if you do both? You decide to give $1 back to each shareholder, this is called a dividend, and reinvest the rest. Therefore, shareholders get immediate cash, and the company becomes more valuable, making their shares worth more. Dividends. Regular cash payments companies give to shareholders, like getting paid to own the stock. Capital gains. Profit you make when you sell a stock for more than you paid. Buy Apple at $100, sell at $150 equals $50 capital gain. Think of dividends as getting paid rent from your investment, while capital gains are like flipping a house for profit. Here's the uncomfortable truth that no one talks about. Even the smartest investors lose money sometimes, and if you don't understand these 2 critical risk concepts, you could lose your entire investment in a single bad decision. But mastering these terms is what separates successful long-term investors from gamblers. Picture your investment portfolio like your music playlist. You wouldn't want every song to be the same genre, right? But many beginners put all their money into one hot stock they heard about on TikTok. Therefore, when that company has bad news, their entire investment tanks. Smart investors spread their money across different types of stocks, industries, and even countries. So when one investment goes down, others might go up. How much a stock's price bounces up and down? Crypto equals very volatile. Government bonds equals low volatility. Spreading your investments across different assets to reduce risk. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. For beginners, this is why index funds are so popular. They automatically diversify your money across hundreds of companies. The valuation terms, PE ratio, bull-bear markets. Wall Street pros use secret numbers to determine if a stock is overpriced or a hidden gem, but most beginners have no idea these valuation tools even exist. Once you understand these final concepts, you'll be able to spot opportunities and avoid overpaying for stocks like a seasoned investor. Imagine you're buying a used car that costs $10,000 and generates $1,000 per year through rideshare driving. But your friend finds a similar car for $20,000 that also generates $1,000 per year. Which is the better deal? Obviously, the first car, it would take 10 years to pay for itself versus 20 years for the second car. This exact logic applies to stocks. P/E ratio, price to earnings. How many years it would take for a company's profits to pay back your investment? Lower is generally better. Bull market, when stock prices are generally rising, people are optimistic. Bear market, when stock prices are falling, people are pessimistic. Understanding P/E ratios helps you avoid paying too much for stocks, while knowing market cycles helps you stay calm during downturns. Now you understand the 15 essential terms that form the foundation of stock market investing. With this knowledge, you're already ahead of most people your age who are still intimidated by financial jargon. But here's the thing, knowing these terms is just the first step. How do you actually choose your first stock to invest in? How do you know if you're getting a good deal or getting ripped off? That's exactly what I'm covering in my next video, where I'll show you the exact 5-step process I use to research and evaluate any stock in under 10 minutes. The same method that helped me spot winners early and avoid costly mistakes. Click here to watch it now, because combining what you just learned with this research process will give you everything you need to start investing with confidence. If this video helped demystify the stock market for you, smash that like button and subscribe for more beginner-friendly investing content. Your future wealthy self will thank you.